Hi there! Today I was planning to talk about drawing and different ways to draw, and I don't mean how to put the fingers but the physical drawing. And the other thing that some people were asking if I can speak a little bit was the anchor point. And first to say, there is so many different ways to anchor, so many different ways to draw, and I'm not saying that this is the right way, but it works for me as a horseback archer. So I always need to emphasize the fact that I am not doing the sport archery on the ground, but horseback archery, so the stuff is related to that what is possible to do on a horse and what is not really smart to do on a horse, or what works for me and my body but necessarily doesn't work for you, especially if you're doing ground archery. So I don't know. Let's speak about the drawing a bit at first, even without the arrows, because many people I have seen that they draw like this. At first they put the hand here and then they draw. Especially if you really push even your shoulder out and you do like this, it's exactly not the best maybe for the shoulder. At least my shoulder doesn't like it, maybe your shoulder does, mine doesn't. Also, some people do like this, and why not? But on a horse, again, it doesn't make really sense to first knock the arrow and then do like this. For what? I don't know. Or to pretend to be some kind of mockingbird from the movie, you remember, and do it from here. Yeah, you can, but on a horse, again, all these kind of moves are not exactly maybe the best, and because if you are going to use the aiming with the bow hand, it makes for me more sense to already aim here, that I try to do everything on the shooting line and not from or because for sure it doesn't work on a horse that way. Or to knock first here and then start to go back up and do this. So for me it's not, I tried it but it's not for me. So my favorite draw is actually more equally pushing than drawing. So I start from here like I would be boxing. So not from here, but here, that I'm relaxed. I knock fast and relaxed, chuk chuk chuk. And then when I'm ready, this hand is also pushing. So actually this hand doesn't need to draw so much, because this hand is also doing the job. So basically this hand is pushing at the same time when this hand is drawing. So then I'm using my whole body actually. You can also see the hip movement, that it's aligned, relaxed, aligned, relaxed. And if you can see it on the shoulder side, so the shoulder is not here but here, and not here but here. So we need a little bit this serratus anterior and the big back muscles and trapeze muscle to have some kind of control on the back part, so we don't injure our muscles and joints, especially the joints. So about the anchor point, there's so many different anchors. If you read the old literature for horse archery, they have had a lot: a mustache, lip, chin, chest, all kind of. The really classic in many books is this nasolabial place here, this. But of course some people want to draw until here, or some people want to draw just here, and I cannot say that something is wrong. It's so weird sometimes to see these ground archers yanking about that, oh, why don't you have a full draw when somebody's drawing like this? Well, for that person it might be the full draw, and if you have like 70-pounder bow, of course I don't, then the full draw can be something else than somebody doing ground archery with all the time in the world and 20-pounder bow. So it depends, and it depends on the structure of the bow, because some bows you can only draw 29 and that's it, they will be tutto finito, they will break. Some bows you can draw until, I don't know, Greenland. And So the anchor really depends mostly on what you like. In horse archery we use also so-called floating anchor. So it basically means that it's not exactly touching, but if we train ourselves to touch here, then we can float it, because on the galloping horse it might be not very nice to have it exactly in the face, but a few millimeters away. And to feel the anchor in the back, that you reached your anchor, whether it's here or here or here, depends on the taste and how is your body built and what do you like, basically. Classical way to measure the arrows was also to put it on the here on the armpit and see what is the length of your hand plus the index finger, and then add a little extra. So for me it's this. These arrows are 29 inches, and if I draw them like this, it's not bad. So let's see. When I'm knocked, I'm already aiming and I'm already watching the target. So then I'm already calculating in my brain the distance. So then when I draw, my other hand is pushing and my other hand is drawing. And I find my anchor comfortably and then I can shoot. Let's see. Relax. Yes, so this part can be relaxed. So I'm not throwing the arrow here and knocking here, but close to my body. And then I'm already thinking about the anchor, so I'm not doing, for example, also this and then coming to the anchor, but directly to the anchor. You see my point? Questions?